Commander?
Counselor? The mission...
We've lost contact with Thessia. It's gone dark.
How soon will the Crucible be ready to deploy?
Counselor, I wish the news was better. We didn't get the information.
What happened?
Cerberus was there. We were defeated. We don't know how to finish the Crucible.
I don't know what to say. What was the situation on Thessia?
Deteriorating fast. The Reapers are there in strength.
Then you'll excuse me. There are preparations to make, continuity of civilization to consider. I never thought this day would come.
None of us did. Sorry.
Asari forces are in full retreat. It is no longer safe for us to remain in this system.
Get us out of here.
Shepard. Nobody could have predicted Cerberus would reach Thessia before us.
To hell with predictions. Thessia's lost, and that's on me. As is the data on the catalyst. I'm sick of Cerberus beating us to the punch.
Let's kick them in the balls first for a change.
I'm with James. Anyone know where they're hiding? Anyone?
Well, there is something.
Let's hear it, Trainer.
I was able to track Kai Leng's shuttle through the relay and extrapolate his destination. But the signal disappeared in the Yera system.
Naturally.
It's not just gone, though. The signal is being actively blocked.
How?
I'm not sure, but something is interfering with all signal activity in that region of space.
Commander, the Yera system is home to Sanctuary and little else. Sanctuary is a supposed safe haven for war refugees.
You think it's worth checking out, Trainer?
Yes, Mom, I do.
If Specialist Trainer hadn't examined the data so astutely, the interference would have been undetectable.
Nice work, Trainer. You've given us a shot. Now let's make sure we don't waste it.
I was stationed on Horizon in the Yera system. You were the only Cerberus presence while I was there. It's a slim lead. Let's hope it's the right one.
I don't care how slim the leads are at this point. We've come too far to let Cerberus stop us. I want that Prothean data. I want the catalyst. No excuses. Dismissed.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on VidCom.
Shepard, I heard about Thessia.
We were so close, Anderson. So damn close to ending this war.
You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
I knew going in there wouldn't be a minute of this war that was easy. But watching Thessia fall, and knowing it was my responsibility.
Shepard, you know how many times I got my ass handed to me over the years? Surviving the first contact war back in the day was a goddamn miracle. They said I was a hero. I just felt lucky to get out alive. So maybe Kai Lang did beat you. What of it?
It could cost us the war.
These guys in the Resistance, they know it's a losing proposition. They know the chances of seeing tomorrow are slim to none. But we all signed up anyway. Hell, I'm sitting in London right now staring at rubble. I was born here. And it's looking like I might die here too. So I say point us at the Reapers and we'll take our chances.
You'll make it, Anderson. And when this is all over, you can show me London.
It might need a new coat of paint first.
This'll be over soon.
It better. Shake this off, Shepard.
I will.
Anderson out.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. And indeed, we're now recovering from the real mess that was the end of the Thessia mission, of the loss of Thessia, alongside, all that information on the catalyst, Cerberus. It's a hard-hitting moment of the game, and this is what I consider the end of the Act 2 of the game, not just because it follows the arc that an Act 2 does kind of follow, being the low points. Not in like a bad sense, but just in a emotionally low. Also, Admiral Anderson is British. Maybe in the future, like regional, like national accents aren't a thing so much anymore, because he sure as hell sounds American to me. Anyway, this episode is almost entirely going to be, or is entirely just going to be talking to people on the Normandy. So you're aware of that. And with that,
Cerberus is gonna have a hard time recruiting now. So Thessia, huh? I guess the Asari are wishing they had fewer dancers and more commandos right about now. Too soon?
In case you hadn't noticed, we just lost a few million people. This isn't the time.
You see this? Tiptree. Little colony out in the ass end of nowhere. My dad lives there. So does my sister. Reapers rolled in about 2 weeks ago. So you can assume that I'm generally aware there's a war on, Commander.
So why the jokes?
Because Edie says that according to your armor's metabolic scans, you're under more stress now than during the Skillian Blitz. Like more than Elysium, where it was pretty much you versus 10,000 Batarians trying to kill you. And the last time I had a briefing with Anderson, he told me to take care of you. The guy leading the resistance on Earth is worried about you, and I'm supposed to help.
I appreciate the thought, Joker, but I'm fine.
The hell you are. You're like half robot at this point. No offense, Edie. And it's my fault. When the Collectors blew up the first Normandy, you died because I wouldn't leave. Because you had to come back for me.
I couldn't leave the best pilot in the fleet behind, could I?
Yeah, well, I guess that would have looked bad on your report.
Come on. We got work to do.
next, let's head down to the crew deck.
Commander, Cerberus has attacked a comm facility on...
Oh, and let's also get a mission on the way down there.
Shepard, this wasn't your fault.
It's not about fault. I was supposed to stop them.
You will.
I don't know if I can do this, Tali. Earth, Palaven, Thessia. I'm risking everything to build the Crucible, and I'm not even sure what it does. Who am I to make that call?
You're the one who was right, all along. You fought when no one else would, when nobody else believed you. You can do this. I know you can.
I've not really shown off the memorial wall on the Normandy before, but there's a lot of the names of people who died in the first Normandy disaster, like Navigator Pressing and stuff like that, but also people we've lost so far. So you can see Mordin, on the right you can see Legion, you can see Thane. It's quite touching, and obviously that does also alter based on who you did or didn't lose in Mass Effect 2 as well, which is quite powerful. Let's talk next to Dr. Chakwas.
Shepard, remember our agreement? We'd open a bottle of cerise ice brandy every year, and it's my turn to buy.
But it hasn't been a year yet.
Yes, well, something tells me we won't have the chance a few months from now, so... indulge my impatience.
You grab the glasses. I'll open the bottle.
And Jeff says, Jacqueline Subject Zero is sorry, but it's ma'am to me. I'd like to keep my Admiral Winky. Oh, Shepard, you know, I just realized. You've never called me by my first name.
Well, neither have you.
And I never will. You are Commander Shepard, hero of the Citadel, conqueror of the Collectors, savior of the galaxy. Using your first name just disrespects everyone you're fighting for, alive or gone.
That makes no sense.
Consider it a lady's prerogative, then. Come, let's have a toast.
To a woman I'm proud to call my friend. I am lucky to have you with me, Karen.
And to you, dear friend. It is my great honor to share this journey with you. Commander Shepard. And good fortune to us all. I've learned my lesson this time. Even a Krogan couldn't match you drink for drink.
A nice brief light moment in what is otherwise going to be a very heavy episode. And on next to Garrus.
Any word from your family?
They made it off Palaven. It was tight, but they're okay.
That's fantastic. That must be a weight off your shoulders.
It is. Though this being a war, one burden replaces another.
What happened?
I just had to make a tough call with the Primarch. He said our fleets are being decimated, so I advised him to cease all offensive operations against the Reapers.
A full retreat?
The only way to save Palaven now is to hold our ships back for the Crucible. But if I'm wrong, then a lot of other Turian families won't be as lucky as mine.
That's a hell of a gamble. No other options?
If there are, I can't see them. It all comes down to the Crucible now.
And ruthless calculus.
How are you holding up, Shepard? This all has to be taking a toll.
There's only so much fight in a person. Only so much death you can take
before a certain Turian with no romantic skills to speak of tries to cheer you up.
Cheer? Coming from you?
Mood swings. Don't worry. We'll get through this. We always do. Not something you can ever get used to. Seeing a world go down like that. Thousands of years of civilization on fire. But it wasn't your fault. Thessia was already gone by the time we got there. Have you checked on Liara? She must be devastated. That's not something you ever forget. Shepard, this is when you take all your anger and frustration, bottle it up, then use it to rearrange every molecule in Kai Ling's body. You'll get your chance.
Garrus does always know exactly what to say. Next, let's go over and talk to Ashley.
I'm sorry, Shepard. You alright?
I'm fine.
Liara?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll talk to her.
Thanks. This isn't something she should deal with by herself.
I guess we know what Liara's going through. Just thinking about Earth, you know? What a waste. Shepard?
I thought she had more useful stuff to say than that. Next, then, is to go to Liara's office.
Dr. Tassoni is visiting the Prothean in his quarters, Commander.
Oh, that can't be good. Let's head down to engineering, then.
Those were all lies back there.
They were not.
My people weren't animals for your kind to experiment on.
You wanted to know more about your history, Asari. Now you do.
I have a name. It's Liara Tassoni, and I'd appreciate...
Hey! Settle down.
My home was just destroyed, and all he can do is gloat.
Liara, you may not like the truth, but you can't blame him for it.
Besides, there's nothing to be done about it now.
You're Prothean. You're supposed to have all the answers. You should have stopped this.
We believed you would. Long ago, we saw the potential in your people. Even then, it was obvious. The wisdom, the patience. You were the best hope for this cycle. So you were guided when necessary.
Well, it didn't work.
You're still alive, aren't you? Your world may have fallen, but as long as even one Asari is left standing, the fight isn't over.
I guess that goes for Protheans, too.
Despair is the enemy's greatest weapon. Do not let them wield it. Liara Tassoni.
Did you mean any of that?
She believes it, so she will keep fighting. Isn't that what matters most, Commander?
Carry on.
It's one of the things that makes you realize how much of an asshole Javik is. This, like with this scene on the Citadel, the scene there, he knows what will help. He knows the right thing to say. He just doesn't actually say it most of the time or believe it. It's like he could be better, but he chooses not to be because he's bitter. Ugh.
It was good to see another of my kind, even if he was just a ghost. One more Prothean fights the Reapers. If there is to be victory in this war, it will be for all cycles. The living will avenge the dead. And do not concern yourself with Thessia's fate, Commander. The loss of a planet is insignificant next to the loss of the galaxy. I suffered many defeats in the last war, Commander. Let this loss be the fuel that powers your rage. Your Asari continues to question me. I'm beginning to wish her kind had never learned to talk.
Oh great, we have the risk of running, use it to fuel your rage and then you can become just like me, Javik, everyone's favourite. Ich. With that, let's head back up to the crew deck and talk to Liara.
She went straight to her cabin. She's not answering her comm.
How bad?
I've never seen Liara like this. Not even after Noveria.
Damn.
Can you talk to her? You've known her as long as any of us. And with Palaven...
I'm just another damn reminder of how many people are dying. You should talk to her.
I just regained my homeworld. She just lost hers.
Well, I don't have any magic words. She needs time. Maybe call her later.
She went straight to her cabin. She's not answering her comm.
How bad?
I'll go talk to Liara.
Thanks, Shepard.
I've studied Protheans my entire life. If I'd been shown the beacon on Thessia earlier...
You would have needed Shepard's cipher to comprehend it.
I still could have learned from it. Instead, my mother hid the galaxy's most important archaeological find from me. It must have been such a joke to her when I became a Prothean researcher.
The penalties for withholding Prothean technology are among the harshest in Council space. Your mother's motives may have been simply to shield you.
Perhaps. Thank you, Edie. I hadn't considered that. How did this happen, Shepard? My entire civilization. The Asari's history. The Protheans made it a lie all along, and I abandoned my people to hunt for the catalyst.
Liara, you had nothing to do with the attack on Thessia.
Nothing to do with it? I told those people on Thessia we'd save them. How many Asari died because I demanded their help?
None.
Shepard, that isn't true.
You've been warning your people for 4 years, Liara. There's not a damn thing you should feel guilty about. If we move fast enough, they'll have a chance to survive this, to start again. We lost Thessia, but we haven't lost the Asari yet.
Helping the refugees. That's something I can do. It's something I owe them.
I knew you'd think of something.
I still need some time, Shepard. But thank you.
Hopefully she's doing better now.
Thanks for talking to her. Neither of us knew what to say.
There's not much we can say. But being there helps.
With that, final task of the day is emails. Fun way to round off a heavy episode. Wow, we got a lot. So, progress reports from Admiral Ron. With assistance from the Geth, our fleet is nearly back to full strength. We have focused most of our efforts on providing evacuation and assistance support for the Turian fleet, while the Geth harass the Reapers. Even with our newfound peace, it seemed foolish to risk an incident by putting our forces in closer proximity. I understand from Admiral Zen that the Crucible project continues well, though Zen herself seems dissatisfied with some of the technological capacities of the device. Though eccentric, she is also brilliant. Hopefully she will find some way to improve its functionality. I never would have believed you would talk Admiral Geralt is what it is. Take care of Talizora for me. Tally, they're just telling us that she's down in engineering. Update this basically just telling what people are up to. That Bryn Cole is now working on the Crucible. Jacob wants to meet up with us. That we already did. Evacuating Thessia from Asari Military Command. Good, you opened this message. This isn't actually Asari Military Command. They're busy tending to what's left of their planet. So you survived our fight on Thessia. You're not as weak as I thought. But never forget that your best wasn't good enough to stop me. Now an entire planet is dying because you lacked the strength to win. The legend of Shepard needs to be rewritten. I'm hoping I'm there for the last chapter. It ends with your death. Kai Lang. Fucker. I've got a huge amount. Wonderful. Next, The Cure from Malon, who was the Solarian researcher who did some unethical stuff to try and cure the genophage. I've just heard news that you've cured the genophage and that some of the females from my experiment were involved. I can't tell you how good this makes me feel. There hasn't been an hour I've not wondered about what happened on Chichanka and wondered if I made the right thing. This news validates all the pain my experiments caused. Not so sure about that, but yeah. I hope one day to meet the females again and ask for their forgiveness. After you convinced Dr. Soulis to spare me, I took his advice and opened a clinic on Omega. I thought it would make amends for whatever suffering I caused. I had to leave when word got back to Clan Warlock and they put a bounty on my head for failing to deliver a cure. Maybe now they'll leave me alone. I guess this is the second time you've saved my life, Commander. This is from the cousin of... Well, you'll get to it. The civilian fleet is grateful you have returned our admiral to us. I mourn those who fell on the homeworld, but Zalcoris stopped many vessels from flying past the waiting guns of the Geth. The Admiral told me you met my cousin, Dorn Hazd on Rannoch, not Vasrannoch. It means much to me that Dorn was not alone when he passed. Thank you, Commander, for all you've done. An update from those primes we freed with Legion. Geth programs in hardware designation. Legion have requested Prime runtimes update Shepard Commander on platform status. Complying. Prime platforms housed in server remain stationed on Rannoch. Creator forces prevent transfer of Prime platforms to Geth transport vessels. Cessation of Creator-Geth conflict required to assist Commander Shepard and designated allies. Already done that. And finally, Ashley saying meet on the Citadel. I'm leaving that last one. So what happens now? I am taking a bit of a rest from Mass Effect 3 again, because this is the end of Act 2. I will be back in a couple of weeks. For now, we are going to be continuing on with the Wind Waker randomized run. So that'll go up for 2 weeks, and then we'll be back to be on the tail of Kai Lang. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.